All right. Hello, everyone. How are you? It's Kay. So this is the 5th of June 2022 on Sunday. So I hope you're having a great weekend today. So today I will cover the Forex pairs and also gold, WTI, and then index for to prepare for our trades this week. So since we have lots to cover, I will say hi to everyone and then start get into the topics right away. So, yeah, I hope you can refer to my analysis by Ichimoku Kinko today and prepare yourself to trade this week. So let me start. Let me switch the screen. Okay, and as a quick disclaimer, as usual, this content is basically all based on my own experience and knowledge. So when you take a trade, when you execute trades and exit, please do with your own risk management. And also, since this is live stream, if you can please follow the rules and guidelines, that would be great. And plus, recently there are so many fake accounts of mine using my name, spamming others, so please be careful on the social media. I have only Twitter, YouTube, and my website, but that's it. I have no Telegram, no Instagram, no Facebook, and I never send direct messages on the social media, so please be careful. Okay, so let me say hi to everyone quickly and get into the topics today. So let's see. All right, River and TSM, thanks for joining. And Peace Reen, Basan, good to see you. Also, thanks for joining. Karma Kerala, okay. And Dirk, Sarosh, John On, Kevin, Mahardika, and Cal, Rahal, and Sulaiman, David, Gabby. Thanks for joining, everybody. All right, SMG, and Dal, Buta, TikTok, and Ayan, MK, Jabriel, good to see you too. All right, John Hera, Gobra, and Aris, thanks for joining as well. All right, William, and Camillus Wus, Veronica, and Arne, and Josie, good to see you too. Thanks for joining. Okay, so let me start. Okay, yes, and I will cover the Bitcoin also. I will cover the BTC USD along the way. So first, let me cover the Forex pairs on my watch list. So first, I will cover from top Euro USD all the way down to Swiss franc JPY today. So we have lots to cover, so let me start right now. Let me try to fit this into the page like this and start. So every weekend, I check both the weekly and also the daily time frames. The reason is because this is where the weekly candlestick ends. So if we see some weekly trends, then we can follow it this week. And then we can analyze more closely in the deeper level on the daily time frame. So on the left, I put the weekly, and on the right side, I put the daily time frame. So I will share my analysis on these two time frames. So first, I will start with the Euro USD all the way down to the Swiss franc JPY. I will cover all these 21 pairs on my watch list first. So my Euro USD weekly chart is retracing back to the Kijun Sen. So looks like this is bullish. This week can be bullish is my view. Every time you see the Kijun Sen flat, Kijun Sen is a green line. You can see the green line over here. This is called the Kijun Sen in Ichimoku. And Kijun Sen is the backbone, the base of all the lines, all the other lines of Ichimoku. And every time you see Kijun Sen flat, the market tends to retrace back to Kijun Sen. But so that's what's happening right now on the weekly candles. So that's why for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it has been retracing backwards. And it just broke the Tenkan Sen. The blue one is called the Tenkan Sen. I know there are a couple of new members here on the YouTube, on the live stream. So I will also cover some basic terms of Ichimoku. So blue line is called Tenkan Sen. Green is a Kijun Sen. So the market is breaking the Tenkan Sen and it goes back to the Kijun Sen is my view. So that means in the short term this week will be bullish, it's my view. And with that in mind, if we look at the daily chart on the right side, it's about to break the Kumo. You see the Kumo breakout may happen. And this Kumo breakout will become a Sanyaku Koten signal. Sanyaku means 3 signals. 3 signals means Tenkan Kijun Gold Cross and Chikou Span breakout and the Kumo breakout. And Koten means the Kumo breakout is Sanyaku Koten signal, and Koten means the gold cross or the bullishness. So when we see the Kumo breakout sometime this week, that will be a good buying edge. And that's what I'm waiting for this week. But right now, the market was resisted by the previous support in the daily chart, which is 1.0788 level. So I expect the market breaks that level, breaks the Kumo and retrace and goes up is my analysis, is my view. So let me put the arrow up above the Kumo so that we know after that, that will be a good buying edge. So that's the Euro USD. Alright, so let me move on to the next one, which is Euro Pound. Okay, Euro Pound on the weekly is complete range because the market is within the Kumo and also the market is near the resistance. So that means in the lower time frames on the daily or the lower time frames can be spiky. So I'm not gonna trade most likely unless the market breaks the Kumo again upwards. When we see Kumo up breakout on the weekly time frame, that will also have Tenkan Kijun Gold Cross and Chikou Span break. So this one becomes also Sanyaku Koten signal. So once it happens, I will prepare to buy. But most likely we have range this week. So most likely I skip this one from this week. Alright, so let's move on to the Euro AUD. Euro AUD on the weekly is now flat. Kijun Sen is flat. So Kijun Sen flat. So once the market retraces back to the Kijun Sen, but looks like it was resisted and now it's going down. So short term is bearish is my view. This is bearish. And when you look at the daily time frame, it is bearish. We have reversed N wave, but still within the Kumo. So I would wait for the Kumo breakout, or to be safer, I wait for the support level breakout to sell. But and if it breaks the support, which is 1.4608 level, still daily will be flat. Kumo may be flat, and Kijun Sen still may be flat, but we may see 4-hour down. If we see that, I will take the sell. So that is my view. My view is sell bias, so I will put the down arrow. Most likely I prepare to sell after the break of the support. So I put the arrow below the support level like this. Just to remember what I said on Sunday. Okay, so let's move on to Euro JPY. Euro JPY looks good because on the weekly, it broke the resistance, and on the daily chart also broke the resistance level of 140.00. This is also significant because this was the exact run number. 140.0 is the run number, so it has broken bullish. So my view is bullish, so I will continue to look for the buying edge. It may retrace though, it may retrace because the Kumo is very thin. This is also important to think about the Ichimoku, is that whenever you see the thin Kumo like this, the market tends to reverse. So tomorrow, Monday, I will stay away, and Tuesday, Wednesday, if the market becomes stable bullish, I will be buying it. So Euro JPY looks good, so I will mark this one as red because daily time frame is bullish. So that's the Euro JPY. So now moving on to Euro CAD. Euro CAD is complete flat. Weekly is down because it's below the Tenkan Sen. It's bearish. And I'm just waiting for the break of the support, 1.3389 level. Once it breaks, then that will make the weekly Kumo and Kijun Sen down, plus daily Kumo and Kijun Sen down in this way. So that's why I put the arrow below the support. So once it breaks the support level, I will come in, and this may happen sometime this week. So I will continuously monitor Euro CAD also to sell. And I never buy on this one because this is range. And even if you buy, it may be resisted by the Kumo, and then it may range sometimes. So I will only wait for the support level breakout to sell. So next one is the Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc on the weekly is now flat. Kumo flat, Kijun Sen is also flat. The market has been ranging, so no direction, no trace. But on the daily time frame, there is a support level 1.0231, and if it breaks it, I will prepare to sell, because that will also be a Kumo break, and Chikou span will be below the candles. So if I see that, I will go down to the 4 hour, and if 4 hour looks good, I will prepare to sell. So again, I put the down arrow below the support so that I know that that will be a good selling edge. Okay, so that covered the whole Euro pairs, Euro-based pairs. So now I will start to cover the USD-based pairs. The first one is the USD JPY. USD JPY had been bullish last week. So looks like JPY is getting weaker now, and it's about to break the resistance level of 130.84 level. So once it breaks it, I will prepare to buy. But on the daily time frame, Kumo is bullish, but Kijun Sen is now flat and Tenkan Sen below the Kijun Sen. So in this case, and also Chikou span is touching. So this is technically range in the mid to short term. So the market may be resisted and retrace backwards this week is also my view. So, but anyhow, I will simply wait for the break of the resistance exactly on 131.38 and buy. So I will put the up arrow above that resistance so that we know that will be a good buying edge. But unless we confirm the break, we should stay away because it may retrace because of the Tenkan Kijun and Chikou span situations. Okay, next one is the USD CAD. So USD CAD has been range on the weekly, so we have no clue which way it goes on the weekly chart. But as for the daily chart, it broke the Kumo last week, which was quite significant. And I think this is bearish because this Kumo breakout was actually the Sanyaku Gyakuten signal. Before it was a Tenkan Kijun dead cross, and then Chikou span breakout and Kumo breakout happened just last week, last Thursday. So my view is still bearish. And I continuously look for the selling edge, and the target is going to be on 1.2459 level. So USD CAD, I will continuously look for the sell chance. I will put the red arrow. The next one is the USD Swiss franc. USD Swiss franc has retraced all the way back to Kijun Sen on the weekly. So remember what I said, every time you see Kijun Sen flat, the market tends to retrace back Kijun Sen. So it has been already done. So it looks like the market is bouncing and goes up. So my view is bullish from here, supported by the Kijun Sen on the weekly. And if you look at the daily time frame, we have a small double bottom here. The neckline is here on 0.9656 level. So once the market breaks the neckline of this small double bottom, that will be also a good buying chance. So if it happens, I will go down to the 4 hour and follow the uptrend in the 4 hour. It's my plan. But since daily daily time frame shows range. Still, it may be resisted by the Tenkan-sen and go down, or continuously range into Kumo. So when one of these situations happen, I will simply stay away. But I will only prepare to buy at the breakout of the resistance. So next one is the pound base pairs. Pound USD. Pound USD looks to be range now. It's range because weekly is technically below the Tenkan-sen, so this is bearish, but in a daily time frame, it has retraced all the way back to the previous resistance, and it broke the Kijun-sen also, so this is range overall. So we have no idea which way it's going, so simply I will stay away from this one. So next one is the pound JPY. Pound JPY has been bullish this week, last week, but on the weekly time frame, the last 3 weeks has been bullish, so it's bullish, and it's about to break the Kumo. So I'm waiting for the break of the Kumo on the daily time frame and prepare to buy afterwards. I mean daily Kumo break and also the resistance breakout, which is around 164.25, and prepare to buy afterwards if it happens. But we never know. It may be resisted by Senko span A and the resistance and retrace. And if it retraces this week, then I will never trade. Okay, next one is pound CAD. Pound CAD is looking good. Both the weekly and daily are down. So definitely I will continue to look for the sell chance. This downtrend looks to be continuous because weekly Kumo down, Kijun-sen down, Tenkan-sen down, and there was a nice Tenkan-sen resistance on the weekly and Chikou span below candles. And as for the daily chart, also Kumo down, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen both down, and it was beautifully resisted by the Kijun-sen, and now it's going down, broke the support. Chikou span below candles too. So this is bearish. I will continuously look for the sell chance. I will mark this one as a red because I can come back on Monday and prepare to sell. Alright, so next one is the pound AUD. Pound AUD is a bit range. Last week was bearish, but it doesn't mean that the market keeps going down because both weekly and daily are flat in terms of Ichimoku. We have flat Kumo, flat Kijun-sen. So on the weekly basis, it may still retrace back to Kijun-sen. So it may be bullish, in other words. And the daily chart also Kumo flat, Kijun-sen flat. So it broke through the Kijun-sen, but it may retrace back to Kijun-sen. So to me, this is range, so I don't trade unless the market breaks the support, 1.7176 level. So I will put the down arrow below the support so that we know that will be a good setting setup. Otherwise, I will continue to stay away. And the next one is pound Swiss franc. Pound Swiss franc is down on the weekly, so my view is bearish. Because Kumo is down, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen both down, and Chikou span below candles. Last 3 weeks has been bearish, so I will continuously look for a sell chance, but according to the daily chart, this is very tricky. And that's why I'm staying away from this pair. So I'm waiting for the stable downtrend on the daily time frame. Right now, the daily candles looks to be a bit messy because we have many wicks and we have so many spikes up and down like this. So it is down, but it may spike up. It may break the previous minor resistance in the daily and go down this way too. This one is possible. So I'm a bit cautious to sell. So, but if the market stably goes down from here on the reversed N waves consecutively, like this, then I feel more positive to sell. But if it goes up and down like this, I'm not gonna take this one. You know, Swiss franc pairs are very tricky, especially pound Swiss franc, AUD Swiss franc pairs are a bit tricky. So I'm away from this one technically. But this is down. So if you're unprepared to sell, I think that will be the right call. So next, let me cover the AUD based pairs. So first one, I will cover the AUD USD. And this one is the range. Both the weekly and daily are range. Because weekly, you can tell visually, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen flat, and Chikou span touching. That's a range. The market has retraced back to Kijun Sen. And as for the daily chart, also Kumo flat, Senko span A is retracing. We have a Tenkan Kijun gold cross and Chikou span break. So the only thing we can wait for is the Kumo break on the daily chart. And this one becomes a Sanyaku Koten signal. So once it happens, we can prepare to buy. So I put the upper row. I will put the upper row above the Kumo so that we know that will be a good buying timing. So that's the AUD USD. So next, let me cover the AUD CAD. This one is also range. Yeah, this one's more range than the AUD USD. Yeah, weekly is range. Daily chart is also range. We have no, I think gold cross is happening on Tenkan Kijun Sen. I think, let me cancel the candlesticks. Here, yeah, looks like there's a gold cross, newborn gold cross on Tenkan Kijun Sen. But the Chikou span is still touching, and we're not sure how long it takes for the Chikou span to break bullish. So simply I will stay away from this one because it takes more time for the market to break the Kumo than the AUD USD. You know, AUD USD is very close to the Kumo breakout, but the AUD CAD is very far. So in this case, I wait more on the AUD USD to trade. So the next one is the AUD JPY. AUD JPY has been bullish last week, but weekly is technically still flat its range. And daily broke the Kumo, so this is good. You know, if you can remember the pound JPY has been still resisted by the Tenkan Sen, resisted by the Senko span A and the resistance, but the AUD JPY has broken the Kumo, broken the resistance, so this one looks also good. So I will be prepared to buy on this one next Monday as well. So let me put the red flag on this one too. Okay, so next one is the AUD Swiss franc. This one is range on the both time frames. Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat. Chikou span is also still above the candles, but this is not really good. We have so many spikes on the wicks. So again, AUD Swiss franc, pound Swiss franc are very tricky like this. So most likely I will stay away. No direction on the daily time frame either. So for sure I will stay away. And CAD JPY looks also good. It broke the major resistance on the weekly and daily. So definitely I will continue to buy. And CAD Swiss franc is retracing a bit. And daily is range, so I will simply skip it. And the Swiss franc JPY finally is now bullish. But this one is also very close to the resistance, which is 136.20. So unless it breaks, I will stay away. Yes, let me put the upper row above the resistance so that we know that will be a good buying edge. The reason why I don't take buy before the breakout is because we still have the small Kumo. If this was a big Kumo like here, we can expect a break. But since Kumo is very small, like this, we can't be confident for the breakout. It may be resisted and retrace backwards this week. So we'll see if it breaks or not. If it does, then we can prepare to buy. Okay, so that covered the whole Forex pairs on my watch list. So now let me move on to gold and WTI. But before that, let me have a cup of water. Yeah, since I have been talking a lot today, Before this, there was a GTS. Before the GTS, there were some discussions. So basically, I'm speaking almost like all day. So I'm a bit thirsty now. So okay, so now let me cover the gold XAUUSD and share my view on the market. So weekly continues to be range. So no direction on the weekly basis. And as for the daily chart also, this is a range. So technically, no direction. But what I'm waiting for is the break of the resistance, 1874.15. If it does, I will prepare to buy on the lower time frames. Yeah, but to be safer, we want to wait for the Kumo breakout. That will be a good buy for sure. But if not, I will take the break and maybe follow a 4-hour H4 to the uptrend. But yeah, in this case, I prefer to focus more on the Forex pairs because the Forex pairs seem to have more stable trends recently than the commodities. So next one is WTI. So WTI on the weekly is now bullish. Yeah, because Senko span A is pointing up, Kijun Sen is also pointing up, and Chikou span above candles, so that's bullish. And daily is also bullish. Daily chart also shows Kumo up, Kijun Sen up, Tenkan Sen is also up, and Chikou span above candles. And the market has been nicely supported by the Tenkan Sen on the daily time frame. So this is definitely bullish, so we can follow the bull trend. So that's why I put the upper row like this last week. So I will drag it up like this. This is still a nice market to continuously buy. And the target is going to be on the 129.70, the all-time high. But in the market may reach to that level sometime this week or next week. So we'll see how far it goes up in this momentum. So now let me cover the index. So first, I will cover Nikkei. And as for the index, I will only look at the weekly chart. We only focus on the higher time frames because the lower time frames become choppy. So better to look at the weekly situations to capture nice trends. So first, the Nikkei 225 Japan index is now range. This is continuously P wave, so no direction technically. Looks like the market has been resisted by this descending trend line. That's one thing. And looks like it broke. So from here, it may be bullish. So we'll see which way it goes. The next one is Dow Jones. Dow Jones on the weekly broke the descending trend line, but now it's going into Kumo now. So Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat. So technically, this is range. So 2 weeks back was bullish, but it doesn't confirm that it will continue to be bullish. It may be retracing or it may be range, and we can't really tell which way to go. Is the weekly Dow Jones. And next one is the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is still bearish, but it broke the trend line, and it may retrace back to the Kijun Sen or Tenkan Sen. You know, Kijun Sen is flat, so this is retracing back to Kijun Sen. So, and we have previously this previous support, and it became resistance last week. So it may be resisted and going down this way too. But if it breaks that level 12882, then it can retrace back to the Kijun Sen. So I will put the upper row above here because the retracement back to weekly Kijun Sen may happen sometime this week. So that's the Nasdaq. And then next one is S&P 500. S&P has been retracing back also and looks like it's going up to the weekly Kijun Sen. So if you're buying it, then the weekly Kijun Sen is going to be the target. I put this small arrow up like this. So that will be still bullish continuously with the Ichimoku. Okay, next one is the Euro stocks. Euro stocks has been in the P wave. As I discussed earlier, it's in the P wave. So we have to wait for the breakout towards either direction. And I was thinking that the market will break bullish last week, but it closed below within the P wave, technically speaking. So it may be resisted and go down this way this week. So since this is range overall, we can't tell which way it's going right now. Okay, next one is a FTSE 100. So FTSE 100 has been ranging near the resistance. And last week was bullish, but 2 weeks back was bullish. And this is the range near the resistance again. So yeah, we have to simply wait for the break and repeat the buy if it happens. I put the upper row above the resistance because that will be a good buying chance. Okay, and next one is CAD Crunch. CAD Crunch is a range also, but it broke the P wave and it has retraced back to the Kijun Sen. So now looks like it's up. It may break the Kijun Sen and goes up to the resistance 6,831.55. Okay, next one is DAX index. DAX has been range. There's no trends. We had the doji last week, so no trends, no directions, and no trace. Next one is the Nifty chart. Nifty has been also retracing back to Kijun Sen, and that's why I put the upper row. So this is currently retracing back. So in that sense, this week can be bullish, and the market may reach up to the weekly Kijun Sen, which is exactly number of 17,000. But still, this is within the Kumo, so the market may be choppy on the lower time frames. Okay, next one is the AU200. This one is range completely. You can see that the Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, and Chikou span touching. So we have no direction and no trace. I will just delete these arrows because there is no trends. And finally, Hansen Index is still bearish. Last week was bullish, but still below the Kijun Sen. So like last time, it may be resisted by the Kijun Sen and go down this way. So that covered the whole index. So now let me cover the Bitcoin also, as per request. So here's Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Weekly Bitcoin is obviously bearish. This is not bullish, but this is bearish. And we have this pin bar on the weekly candle. So it may be resisted and go down is my view. Kumo Senko span A is down, Kijun Sen is down, Chikou span below candles. So it may break the support level of 25,442.90. And if you also look at the daily time frame, I was actually expecting the market breaks the resistance on this bullish candlestick on the 30th of May, but it didn't happen. After that, there was a doji reverse, and now it's range. So just like as I put the arrow up and down, if the market breaks the resistance level 32,355.96, that will be a buy. Or if the market breaks the support 27,972.55, that will be the sell. But otherwise, we never know which way it breaks. But most likely, considering the weekly condition, this is bearish. So for me, it may break the support, in my view. But let's see. We have to wait for the candle close on the daily towards either direction, buy or sell. So that's a Bitcoin. So far, yeah, this is still bearish on the weekly time frame. Okay, so that covers the whole market analysis. So now let me switch screen to the news website to to see what kind of news we have this week. Okay, so I use the news website called fxstreet.com. Simply click on the calendar and we have a nice layout. So let me put this week, click apply, and I got this information. So Monday on the June 6th, tomorrow we have no big news. And Tuesday we have rate decision on Australia. And then, technically on the Wednesday morning in Asian session, there will be GDP report in Japan. It may be affected on the JPY pairs. And then on Wednesday, there is a gross domestic product GDP report on Euro. And Thursday the 9th, we have also rate decision monetary policy meeting on the ECB and Euro. So Euro pairs can be affected on Wednesday and Thursday. And Friday, we have a couple of news on the US and Canada, consumer price index, ex-food energy in the US, and also on the CAD, we have unemployment rate, and then Michigan sentiment report in the US. So it looks like overall, we have to be careful for the JPY GDP on Wednesday morning, and plus Euro pair on the Wednesday and Thursday, and then on Friday, USD and Canada. So that's what we have for the news. Okay, so now that covered the whole topics for today. So let me come back to some comments and hi, and do some free talks right now. Okay, so once again, thank you for joining everybody. Great to see you. I hope you have a great weekend. So if you liked this so far, please press the like button before you leave. That would be great. So, but finally, we see some good markets, and hopefully we see some beautiful and nice trends in the month of June. Like we have CAD JPY broke, and also AUD JPY broke, and pound CAD broke the support. So yeah, that may be the new beginning of the new trends. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see. I have many comments, so let me try to look at them. So yeah, basically all the pairs, all the markets you mentioned were covered already. So in case you miss it, please review that video because everything is saved in an archive. So you can always check the archive and see my analysis. But looks like, so again, in terms of the markets, I'm watching for the Forex pairs, I'm watching the Euro JPY because it's broke. Let me switch to the daily. It broke the resistance, but Kumo is a bit too thin, so it may retrace. But Euro JPY looks good. This is one of my best pairs for this week's. And also USD CAD also broke the Kumo at the Sanyaku Gyakuten signal, and this is bearish. It's also good. And pound CAD also broke the support, so this one is also good. This is so far the best pair to monitor this week. And then AUD JPY broke the resistance and broke the Kumo. This one is also good. And then CAD JPY broke the resistance, so I will focus on this pair too. So these 5 pairs on my watch list are the ones that I put my high priority to enter or to monitor screen on Monday and this week. Okay. Yeah. Okay, TSM says, how do you do that if you now switch to gold on your screen, both switching gold and weekly and a daily? You can just click here, screen layout, and click on the split into two windows, and you can simply do that. Yeah, TradingView is very good. I used to use only MT5 to monitor and trade. I never used the TradingView before I started YouTube, but someone introduced this TradingView for me, and I started to use it, and it was so nice. I can share some posts, share my findings. I can synchronize my layouts between PC and mobile and tablets. So this one's very nice. But when it comes to trade, I use MT5 to execute and entry and exits. But usually I do so in mobile. I don't usually execute by the PC. Because sometimes PC is lagging and the mobile is more handy. Okay. Okay, let's see. Movie Hero says, hi Kay, whenever I found 4 hour and 1 hour trending confirmed, just look for a daily to confirm the furthermore. Yeah, you can check the daily chart as well. Always, it's better to start from higher time frames to the lower time frames. So yeah, 4 hour may be bullish, but daily maybe or weekly may be very close to the resistance. In that case, you have to be careful. Yeah, you may have to wait for the break of the resistance and then buy afterwards. Oh, Bharat, he says your background view is beautiful. Are you staying in the hotel there? No, this is my apartment. This is in Dubai. I'm not in Tokyo, by the way. I'm not in Tokyo. I'm in Dubai now. I came to Dubai last July. So it's been almost like 1 year now. Time flies. But I enjoy so far very much in Dubai life. Chana says, can you explain Chikou as the momentum indicator? Yeah, Chikou span simply shows the momentum of the market. When Chikou span above candles, that means simply it's bullish. When Chikou span below candles, that's bearish. It's very simple. Actually, there's more to it, but simply speaking, that's the answer. So that's why whenever you see Chikou span overlap with the candles, you never trade. It means the market is range in terms of Ichimoku. To step further more, when Chikou span touching, that means the buyers and sellers are 50-50. But when Chikou span above candles, buyers are winning. When Chikou span below candles, sellers are winning. So you can follow that direction. So that shows the momentum of the market. Yeah, Ichimoku is all about a power balance between the buyers and sellers, and Ichimoku lines shows the equilibrium of the short term and mid term and long term. So short term is guided by the Tenkan-sen. Mid term is guided by the Kijun-sen, and long term is based on the Kumo. So Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and Kumo. So this is a short term. Tenkan-sen the short term, Kijun-sen the mid term, Kumo as long term. And Chikou span is also the midterm. Chikou span is also the midterm because it takes 26 candles in the past. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Dao says, hi Kay, what do you think about FTMO? FTMO is good. I'm not sure about MFF, but FTMO is, I think it's good. Okay, so I guess that covered the whole topics for today. So I guess I will be ending the live in about 5 minutes. But yeah, again, like I mentioned yesterday on the video, on the live, as I did my review on my trades on the month of May, the month of May has been quite rough. Every time the market, or almost every time, not every time, but almost every time, when we see the breakout, you start to retrace backwards. So that's why I stayed away from the month of May. So the March was very good. March, I got more than 60% return. In the month of April, I got close to 20%, like 80% return. So it was good. But in the month of May, obviously, the market situation changed. So when I saw that, I decided to stay away. So let's see how June goes. So I will closely look at the candlesticks and how the market will be, how the markets are breaking resistance and supports. Because depending on the month, depending on how the market is volatile, you know, the breakout patterns will be changed. Sometimes after the breakout, the trend continues, but sometimes the breakout becomes fake and it reverses backwards. So right now we have a couple pairs, CAD JPY and AUD JPY, and a pound CAD are breaking the daily supports resistances. But I will have to look into it on Monday tomorrow to see if the market is still wanting to go towards the breakout direction or not. If the market soon retraces backwards on Monday and come back within the range, then Tuesday or on Thursday, I may still stay away. But like this, you know, it's important to notice these changes in the markets because markets are not always the same. And that's why one strategy does not really work all the time. We have to be able to know when it works and when it doesn't work. And the more important one is to know when it doesn't work, so that you know when to stay away and come back when it starts to work. But one thing for sure is that it will work in the future. So that means we have stable trends in the future, just like we had on the month of March. So I will continuously monitor and continuously share my views on the markets and how the market will be changing over time. And I might minor change my strategies. So once I do, I will share it also, and so that we can continuously survive on these rough markets recently. Yeah, especially after the war breakout, 5-minute patterns has completely changed. Before, it was more stable. Before, we had less wicks. But right now, we have so many wicks, even 1 hour, we have so many wicks. If you look at the Swiss franc pairs, it's like fishbone. So it's not really good. We may get stopped out, and then the market takes off toward the direction, oftentimes. So that's when we have to basically stay away. But we will be having some stable trends in the future. So when it starts to happen, I will also let you know, and I will keep sharing my views in the markets. So yeah, so I hope you have a great weekend and a great Sunday. And always, please follow your rules with discipline and be patient to wait for a good setups to come. So I will see you soon again. Until I see you next time, please stay healthy and stay safe. and stay gold. Alright? Bye for now, everyone. またね. Thank you.